Okay, so this is not the video that I thought we'd be making. If you told me 24 hours ago that we'd be sitting here talking about Gavin McKenna once again, I'd be like, okay, well, what's the angle this time? Are we going to talk about his NCAA production? Are we going to talk about where he'll go in the draft? Stenberg, Verhoff, McKenna, there are a number of ways that we can take this conversation, but I wanted to focus on a very specific element of the Gavin McKenna discourse today, and that is the fact that he is still consolidatedly ranked as number one. It's the fact that Vancouver, the Canucks, are currently the number one ranked overall team in the draft lottery. And if you were to do a projection, there would be so many Canucks fans who say that Gavin McKenna should be the guy. But here's the thing. As we discussed in yesterday's show, Gavin McKenna has received an aggravated assault felony for after-hours activities in front of a Penn State University local, I don't know if it's a pub or a bar or a restaurant or whatever. And what I wanted to ask in this video is a very simple question. Based off of everything we saw yesterday and everything that we are going to see, whether or not Gavin McKenna ends up getting the maximum sentence of 20 years from just the felony alone, which is one of 4 things that he was charged with, I don't think he's going to get that, by the way. It just said in the article, up to 20 years in prison. But because of what we saw yesterday, I want to ask y'all, should the Vancouver Canucks draft Gavin McKenna right now? And in order to get some of these conversation points down, I wanted to actually just watch our video and then read some of the comments, because a lot of y'all went out there and gave some various opinions that I did think were valuable to dive into here. So essentially, if you missed it, firstly, go ahead and watch the video. Give it a like as well. I didn't do that, but now it's at 90 likes. Thank you for me to going out there and supporting my own YouTube channel. But Gavin McKenna ended up getting himself 4 charges, including a felony of aggravated assault, after an alleged altercation downtown Saturday night. The article that we read went out there and talked about how McKenna apparently was at a downtown bar with friends and family, and then he ended up assaulting an unidentified individual, leaving the victim with a broken jaw. As we had mentioned, that sounds terrible on paper, without any context, without any video camera footage, without any whatever, just hearing that the top projected prospect in the NHL draft clocked a guy and broke the guy's jaw. That doesn't sound like a really sound individual to be drafting onto your team. But as some of the hearsay was going around from various people that are in the PSU bubble, apparently the guy that Gavin McKenna clocked had it coming. Apparently, he was going out there and talking smack to McKenna and McKenna's mom. Either talking smack or pushing her or whatever. There are various reports. There are various levels of aggravation towards McKenna's mom that are being talked about on social media, so we can't definitively say for sure, but supposed testimony from people that were apparently in the area when everything went down have similar stories of the guy that got clocked doing something bad to McKenna's mom, and McKenna going in there and just clocking the guy because, hey, what the hell are you doing? Let's go out there and read some of the comments here. Draft him now! Finally, a player with some grit. Let's zoom in and try to read some of this. Alright. Hello, Islet. You're there on my computer screen. Now the Canucks have to draft him. He's a ruffian, something the Canucks clearly lack. This is what Riker Jeffrey went out there and said. If the reason is true, while you shouldn't legally be able to punch people for saying terrible things, if that guy was calling his mom things, I'm not going to lose sleep over him being decked. That's something people need to learn young. Don't mouth off and don't harass, or this can happen. Another reply says something else you learn young is not to break someone's jaw over it. That's why you gut punch, something I learned in life. Riker then says, I agree the gut punch would have been better. I'm just saying I wouldn't pretend like McKenna punched the face off an innocent baby who did nothing wrong if he was verbally abusing his mom. Most people would lose it if some idiot went after their mother or sister especially. No problem with him getting what I think he'll get, which is probation. I don't think he's getting jail time. Welcome to Vancouver, Miguel says. Kevin says, this makes me want McKenna on the Canucks more. Gavin hasn't even been drafted by Vancouver yet, and he is already a victim of Canuck luck. Stenberg, here we go. The guy's overcharged. There will be a plea deal knocking it down to a misdemeanor. Gavin McKenna says, I want to be in Vegas. Okay, look, I'm going to like that. That's a funny comment. The Vegas Golden Knights always going out there and getting some level of controversy onto their team. Going from Penn State to the state pen, that's funny. That's a good comment over there, too. I'm going to give that one a like as well. Real Canucks fans, look out for their moms. I'm sold. And then you have other comments. I totally get why he did it. Another reply said, I've heard that someone talking crap to his mom at the bar and he ended up hitting them. And then B. Shoulder says this, if you're famous, you need to learn to walk away from crap like that. Assuming he'll be able to get away with this, with a slap on the wrist, this is something that will continue to happen for his whole career. And what's funny is, I saw a lot of people on Twitter bringing up different elements of Gavin McKenna's, interviews. There was a clip going around of Gavin McKenna getting asked, who was your favorite NHL player growing up? And I think he said Patrick Kane. And somebody clipped that and they were like, wait a minute, he liked Patrick Kane. And now he went out there and decked a guy in public as if Patrick Kane is an ultimate saint in that respect too. It makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? But I do think that McKenna and the reason behind him and his misdemeanor, his aggravated assault, whatever, there is a basic understanding as to why this went down. It's not like he just went out there and clocked some dude randomly. It does seem like there was a just moral reason why he did it, but obviously, if the guy's got a broken jaw, a concussion, and 3 fewer teeth in his mouth than he had the day prior, then obviously there will need to be some consequences. And we did mention this as well, but Gavin McKenna is going to be a top prospect this year. Assuming he doesn't go to prison for up to 20 years, he'll be a hockey superstar. He'll be making millions of dollars. The guy that McKenna clocked is probably going to get a super high settlement in court or over the course of however many months or whatever. I don't know the specific intricacies as to how that process works, but it's not like Gavin McKenna is going to walk away with this scot-free, right? We're always going to have this. This is a huge story yesterday, and it's going to continue being a huge story for as long as Penn State University beat reporters keep on updating us with what's going on in the trials and everything. February 11th, I think, is the initial date. So yeah, Gavin McKenna, Canucks, yay or nay? A lot of Canucks fans in the comment section of the previous video were saying, yeah, I like the guy more now. You can let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. How does this entire situation make you feel about Gavin McKenna as a player? How does this make you evaluate him as a hockey prospect? Let me know in the comments all your opinions. I hope you enjoyed this video. And bye.